this government has actually delivered when it comes to the youth. You see, in 2014, we just had about 400 startups. Today, we have in excess of 1 lakh startups. Today, the amount of infrastructure that has been created in this country, the ease of doing business has been improved substantially, and all of that has actually led to the youth getting a greater participation in the job market. In fact, there's a lot of data which, whether it's the NSSO unemployment data, which shows that unemployment is at a 6-year low, or whether it's the EPFO, the Employment Provident Fund Organization data, which shows that the number of registrations have gone up. So all of them are indicators that youth have actually got employment. In fact, let me give you some more indicators. The number of highways we built in 2014 were 11 kilometers per day. Today it's 37 kilometers. The number of metro cities we had was 5. Today it's 27. The number of airports we built in the last 10 years is 70, as opposed to 70 built in the last 70 years. So now when all of these are constructed, obviously these are generating employment, and it's the youth of the country who are getting employment in those areas. So the youth and the women, that's the MY factor, which we also say is the Mahila Yuva factor, that is actually supporting Prime Minister Modi, and a large chunk of this are first-time voters who are very enthusiastic about Prime Minister Modi delivering on the economy, delivering on the job front.
Indeed, indeed. I just want to give context to our viewers while we are having this conversation, because now the leads are coming in at 184 for the NDA and 123 for the India Alliance. Just to give context to our viewers, 543 seats are up for grabs in the lower house of Parliament. The halfway mark is 247. Early indications, these are not confirmed seat wins, are indicating that Prime Minister Modi's NDA has had a lead of 185 seats as of now. And of course, the target that they're chasing is for a majority above 247, that is. So let's see how things pan out on that front. Mr. Poonawalla, before I let you go, I just want to get a quick sense from you on what is it that we can really watch out for in terms of economic reforms, and more importantly, you know, when we are talking about getting a 2/3 majority, which is getting a total seat count of over 360 seats out of 543, if the NDA Alliance is able to do that, then there's much talk about constitutional changes, implementing the Uniform Civil Code, judicial reforms, police reforms, getting a one nation, one poll, one election poll system in place. What can one expect on that front? Because there's that issue.
Look, first of all, just let me correct you, Tanvi. The halfway mark is 272, not 247. So, having said that, look, yes, in the last government too, the NDA and its allies, the NDA plus in Parliament was always 400. Our NDA alliance was 350, 360, and the NDA alliance plus, because many parties supported us on various issues in Parliament, that was anyways 400. So in the last 10 years, we haven't changed the constitution or done anything which was beyond the basic structure of the constitution. So all of those arguments are mostly fear-mongering, and that should be parked aside. The reason why we want this mandate is to ensure that the pace with which India is moving forward continues unabated. Today, India is at the cusp of taking off and becoming a developed country by 2047. We are going to reach the third position when it comes to the economy. We need to take a large number of bold steps, which we are going to do when we get this mandate, and we have already walked the talk when it comes to implementing big reforms, whether it's the GST, whether it's ensuring 370 is removed, whether it's ensuring that UCC starts getting implemented, Uniform Civil Code, and we are also committed to one nation, one election. We used to have it in the 1950s and 60s. Then due to some political reasons, the schedule of elections got changed, but we are very much committed to one nation, one election. But as far as the reservation is concerned, if anybody has any doubt that that is going to be trifled with or changed with, that is not a concern that anybody should have. We've clarified that many times over. What we need this mandate for is to ensure that this government functions with political and economic stability, rather than have a situation where you have several prime ministers taking over in one term and leading the country down to a path of economic instability and political instability.